Greetings and salutations, my operators, and welcome back to Fate Grand Order Lostbelt number 5, Olympus. Last time, we beat the meter. That took an hour. And now we have like an hour worth of cutscenes to go through, so let's get started. Records fragment. If anyone were to ask when my life changed, I know exactly what I would tell them. Springtime, when I was 15. That said, this isn't the kind of thing you go around telling people about. By all rights, I should take it to my grave. Back then. Oh, this is, what's the name? Wood Dime. Or Kirstaria. Back then, I was enrolled in the astronomy department at the clock tower, aka the Mages Association's headquarters. I was the 13th heir to the Wood Dime legacy, the child who had been granted the protection of the stars. I was said to possess the greatest magical circuits of any Wood Dime to date, and that I was a genius who had already been promised the keys to the Wood Dime family in the few years' time by the 11th head of the estate, who led the family even now. Those were the sort of things everyone else would say about me. Me, a genius, even though I usually spend each day sifting through other departments' files? That was always the sort of response I gave, but I did so more from conceit than modesty. I knew I was talented. I was confident I would one day be exactly what everyone expected me to be, and more. I wanted for nothing, not lineage, nor talent, nor affection. With so many things working in my favor, it was easy to push myself to greater heights without leaning on my environment. Back then, I took pride in my excellence, and would constantly work to further improve myself. I believe those blessed with natural talent should still continue to apply themselves, should set their sights on even greater stages. I was completely convinced that there was nothing I could not do, and nothing that was beyond my reach. For the past 6 months, crossing the giant bridge to reach the Evocation Department College had become something of a routine of mine. I noticed what appeared to be beggars by the path at the opposite side, but I never gave them any thought. At the time, I didn't even see them. It wasn't that I disliked them, or that I was trying to avoid them. It was that, for me, they may as well not have existed at all. I was a prodigy, born to carve out a new age of magecraft. I didn't have time to get involved with people like them. I was born into an environment far better than most could hope for, with talents far greater than most could dream of. That was why I had a duty to fulfill. I was going to create something beautiful. I was going to create something wonderful. It was that ideal, that passion, that made me apply myself to my studies day in and day out. It was the reason I so frequently visited that college, even when it arguably belonged to an enemy. I didn't realize how arrogant I was being, how childish. On that day, I was headed home later than usual. It was the middle of the night, with no one on the bridge, and the stars hidden behind the clouds. Kirstaria Wood Dime. Everything happened so fast that I failed to react in time. That turned out to be a fatal mistake. I wasn't surprised that an assassin had been sent out to try to kill someone as young as me. I was surprised because my would-be assassin was a manservant I had frequently seen in my own house. I counterattacked automatically, before I even thought about what to do, thanks to the spells that had been engraved onto my body. The assassin never got another chance. Vacuum blades sliced him to bits before he could pull the trigger again. But it was enough. He had already critically wounded me, and there was no hope of escape. He wasn't the only assassin who had been sent to take my life. I knew because... "It's done. Send out more men. Find Kiristaria's body." It was my father, trying to kill his own son. Yeah. "He fell into the river. Find him!" Of course, I wasn't the one who had fallen in. It was my ring, that I cast a weight alteration spell on it. I knew it wouldn't do more than buy me some time, but at that moment, it was the best move I could make. After I drew the assassin's attention towards the river, I activated a footstep cancellation spell in my shoes and got as far away from them as I could. Okay, now what do I do? My consciousness began to fade away. I went back to the bridge instead of heading to the city exit, and my strength gave out just as I was making my way to a narrow back alley. At the time, I didn't yet know that my assailant's weapons wasn't ordinary magecraft. Rather, it was a kind of poison just like the sort used by a famous mage killer that was designed to attack magical circuits directly. I was in a dimly lit room. Within it, nothing more than the sound of dripping water and the scent of mildew. I was on a makeshift bed made from old wooden crate. A bare minimum of bandaging had been applied to my back. There was no pillow, no blankets, and no restraints on my arms or legs. I was technically free, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to move so much as a finger. The wound in my chest had yet to close, and I lacked the strength to even stand. I had been laid down to rest with no more ceremony than a corpse. Where am I? At first, I thought my assassins had captured me, but then I realized they would have no reason to keep me alive. After all, since it was my own family was trying to kill me, there was little sense in torturing me for information. I couldn't understand what was going on. My thoughts refused to put themselves in order. Still, just barely conscious, I managed to crane my neck enough to observe the dimly lit room. Something was in the corner of the room, as if it were trying to hide from what little light there was. It was then I noticed something strange staring directly at me. Seriously? Just when I decided to stop by so it doesn't look like I've gone for 2 days straight? I can't believe this guy. He's just basking in the sun, snoozing away on a bench without so much as a single guard. Hey, we're done. Don't you think it's time you got up? You are the Crypto's leader, right? Aren't you the one guy representing humanity in the power struggle between the Olympian gods and humans? How can you just leave yourself completely defenseless like this? Come on! Wake up already! Is that you, Cadog? Wait, Cadog? What are you doing here? This is my room. Never mind. No, it isn't. This is the Hanging Gardens of the Great Orbital Shrine Olympia. Well, that was careless of me. The sunlight was so pleasant that I didn't even realize I had fallen asleep. I was dreaming about something I hadn't thought about in a long time. I feel very silly. I guess I just get too relaxed without chaos around to keep me in line. Anyway, thank you for waking me up before I could waste any more time. You don't have to thank me. I only spoke up because it was weird seeing you like that. Weird? How so? Well, you're not exactly the sort of guys who just doze off out in public. You're like perfectionism incarnate. You don't get to take naps like a typical college slacker. I see. Well, I do take some issue with the impression you seem to have of me. I also understand now why it is you were so surprised. I'll be more careful in the future. Now then, what is it you wish to see me about, Caligula? Do you have something to report to me? Ah, crap. I was so shocked seeing him sleeping like that, I forgot I didn't actually have anything to tell him. And I can't just fib or he'll know I've been up to something. Wait, I've got it. They got Demeter. One of the great gods of Olympus, gone just like that. Some perfect being she turned out to be. Oh, and one more thing. A tan lancer with white hair was helping them out. Luckily, it looks like Europa didn't catch that part. So, how's it feel, Wooddime? How's it feel knowing the loser you thought you'd dispose of is not only alive, but actively working against you now? That is a surprise. I never would have expected Canis to go over to Chaldea's side. And they managed to destroy Demir's true form? They must have been far better prepared than I thought. So, a tiny rebel force managed to bring down a powerful authority figure. How very rock and roll. No, wait. Heavy metal feels more appropriate, given the composition of the gods' bodies. Am I going deaf, or did you just make a lame pun about music? Apologies. Perhaps I have not quite awakened yet. At any rate, I'm surprised you knew. Something even Queen Europa did not. It almost sounds as though you were there watching things unfold in person, Caligula. You must have found yourself in a very good familiar indeed. Well, you know, I can't just sit around here mooching free grub forever. I'm still a cryptor after all, so I need to be ready to fight again at least one more time. I see. Then make sure you take good care of that familiar. An ace up your sleeve can mean the difference between life and death after all. Rest assured, you don't need to tell me, the other cryptors, or anyone else in Olympus what yours is. That said, if it should come to light that you are using something you shouldn't be, then I will unfortunately be forced to respond in whatever way is appropriate. I have my own role to fulfill, after all. Shit! How much does he know? I better change the subject, fast! So, by the way, about Demeter. Chaldea might have been able to beat her, but it still wasn't because they straight up overpowered her. It looked to me like Demeter was looking for something. No, that's not right. Maybe trying to recover something. She kept apologizing over and over. And not to the Olympians she was killing, but to one person in particular. That's the only reason they were able to destroy her. Any idea what she was looking for? I see. So that did hold her back, as I suspected it might. Just like in proper human history, this Lostbelt's Demeter once had a daughter she loved dearly. Her name was Persephone. It's said that Demeter wept long and hard after Hades stole her away to the underworld. Yet despite that, she never stopped loving her daughter. But a few thousand years ago, her daughter died during the fourth Machia. Hang on, Wooddime, that doesn't add up. I don't know if she was a full god or a demigod or what, but I thought people didn't die in this city. Not necessarily. Humans are simply incapable of killing other humans. The immortality humans enjoy in this Lostbelt is not true immortality, but pseudo-immortality. The gods can easily end their subjects' pseudo-immortal lives if they wish. So the one who killed Persephone was... one of the gods? You mean one of the gods from the Coexistence faction? No, it was not one of them. Then... Persephone sided with the Coexistence faction, so Zeus ordered Demeter to kill her own daughter. So, she was calling out to the daughter she killed, as if she was still alive, huh? Sounds almost human of her. These gods are machines, right? How can they function properly when they're contradicting themselves like that? I understand your confusion, but it is precisely their machine nature that means this was no contradiction at all. Their minds don't work like ours, after all. That's the tragedy of the 12 Olympian machine gods right there. Whether gods create humans, humans create gods, both sides usually share a common understanding of the world in which they live. But the Olympians are different. They weren't gods to begin with. They only came to be defined that way over time. It was because their functions enabled them to control the weather, provide endless amounts of food, destroy various life forms' memories, and mass-produce weapons. That led to the residents of this Lostbelt seeing them as gods. They then incorporated this definition into their functions in order to operate more smoothly on this planet. After all, the people of the ancient world wanted superior beings they could pray to, not cold, unfeeling spaceships. And so, they accepted the new roles they had been given, and became mechanical gods instead of mere machines. As a result, they ended up making this god play acting into a new directive, all without ever understanding how the intelligent beings treating them as gods actually felt.
Cold and unfeeling, huh? So, is this why Demir went nuts? Because she ended up with feelings tacked onto herself when she didn't need them?
This was less of a matter of contradiction than it was of conflict. Humans can rationalize acts like that by telling themselves there was nothing else they could have done. But she had no choice but to treat the order to kill her own daughter like any other assigned task. She wasn't crazy, she was just in pain. That's what it means to be a god in this Lostbelt. It's also why they were able to realize a real-life utopia, where nobody has to die or grow old.
And here I thought machines always operate on pure logic. Alright, if that's what the gods are like here, then what's your game, Wooddime? Your goal is to bring about the age of gods again, right? Is that really the kind of god you want to be?
Of course gods should run the world. That being said, the future, the answer I seek, is a little different from Zeus's. What I seek, Kadok, is an even more perfect age, an age where there will be neither conflict nor contradiction. It is my responsibility to see that age come about, and it is what the foreign god wishes. Section 8. Thou art the ardor that corrupts the stars.
Even as I gaze up at the sky, I know nothing I see there will ever excite me again. I'm not reminded of cheeky Artemis when I see the moon, nor do I think of aggravating Apollo when I see the sun. Even the stars are just fixed points of light, and I couldn't care less about Father Zeus's attempt to string them together into constellations. As far as I'm concerned, the sky is nothing more than a vast, inky expanse, filled with lifeless spears of flame that blink in and out of view aimlessly. When was it that I stopped sensing Father Zeus's love in the starry sky? When was it that the night sky began to feel so far away to me? When was it that I became a cold, lifeless machine? When was it that I lost the love I once felt in my heart?
Great Orbital Shrine, Olympia Dodana. Machina Corridor.
I swear, Beryl really knows how to make a stunning beauty work. I'm glad he introduced me to a new client, of course. But I certainly wasn't expecting a contract on this scale. Toilet paper, airplanes, and everything in between. Basically anything I can find that comes from proper human history is a tall order, even for me. I still can't believe I ultimately agreed to deliver an entire department store, fully stocked with both merchandise and sales clerks, no less. I'm exhausted. I've never wanted to go on a vacation so badly before. Not that I can afford to take one now, given what things are like at my chosen vacation spot. To think that mighty Olympus, home base of the mechanical gods and cryptors alike, would already have lost one of its key divinities. So much for this being the greatest Lostbelt of all. What an absolute joke this place turned out to be. And what might you be? You were wailing too loudly to be talking to yourself, and your voice was too irritatingly shrill to be the growling of an insipid beast. Whichever it was, I don't want to hear another word, you Lycon painted wolf. Remember, you are in the presence of a god, and you are to conduct yourself accordingly. Oh my, I'm so terribly sorry. I do hope you can forgive me. Had I known there was a god here, and one prone to something so base as eavesdropping to boot, I'd have spoken more softly. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Perhaps I have all wrong. Perhaps you're simply distraught over losing one of your mechanical comrades. In that case, I must really apologize. I would never want to offend a customer after all. I would understand perfectly if we were talking about one of the 12 Olympians from proper human history who had lost the Althea they received from primordial chaos. But seeing how, here in this Lostbelt, you're all still completely static mechanical gods who never even heard of Pantaray, well, I simply never would have dreamed you'd feel anything in the way of pity for a fellow goddess, who was so careless as to let mere humans get the better of her. Well, well. You are a funny one, aren't you? I never heard a woman speak so defiantly towards me before. At least, not when they were aware I'm the goddess of love and beauty. You're one of the gods in a foreign land, right? I can certainly see how well you fit in with Limbo. That's very kind of you to say, but I'm afraid I must correct you on one thing. I may be an alter ego servant, but I am not one of the foreign gods' 3 disciples.
Huh?
Our arrangement is purely professional. Our mutual interests just happen to align. That's all. Oh, really? Then whose servant are you? Oh, right. Come to think of it, I think I've heard about servants who weren't summoned by anyone in particular. Somebody once warned us that there were 7 evil spirit origins that materialized on their own, without anything or anyone calling for them. I wonder who it was. Rasputin, most likely. He does so enjoy giving out warnings that seem nonsensical at first, but turn out to be surprisingly helpful in the end. Still, that particular warning doesn't have anything to do with me, not yet anyway. Nor, I'm sure, does the omen of a beast have anything to do with you, oh beautiful Venus. Heh. Nice, very nice. You really are funny, aren't you? I've never had anyone like you in Olympus before. Like Limbo, you don't even try to hide your wicked nature. But you don't sneer just to sneer, I like you. What's your name? Tamamo Vich Koyansaka. But please call me Koyansaka, Venus. Very nice. I like the way you call me by my other proper human history name too. You know, I think you and I have a lot in common. Don't you think we could be at least something close to friends? Close to friends? Absolutely. But are you sure that's a good idea? What do you mean? Well, word has it that the gods of Olympus protect all humans fairly, you see. Word also has it that you show extra favor to the ancients, the descendants of intelligent beings from a bygone continent. Some even say that you, well, love them. Oh, that. True, Demir did like to talk about love this and love that, but I've never gone in for that stuff with humans. After all, I only oversee love. I don't engage in it. Oh my! I see you're just as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. So you only oversee love without engaging in it, Now very interesting. Some gods in proper human history also like to protect humans, while others like to possess them, but I never heard of one who liked to keep humans as pets. Well, I can't say I share your particular tastes. I do have to agree that you and I both appreciate the finer points of cruelty.
In the Hanging Gardens. I didn't overhear your whole conversation, but it certainly sounded like you two were getting along swimmingly. I take it you and Koyansaka are really hitting it off then.
Who asked you, Cryptor? What business is it of yours who I do or do not get along with? Anyway, never mind that. There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Me? You have a question for me? Normally, I'd be more than happy to expound at length about love, but I have the feeling my more modern sensibilities would be a tad too cruel for an ancient god like yourself. Can I ask if you're, up to date on the latest beauty standards?
Up to date? Why exactly would I need to be up to date to update my standards? I already am beauty. Beauty is my domain, so I and I alone decide what is beautiful in this world. All of you humans need to do is comply with my aesthetics. Do that and you'll all be happy as well.
Spoken like a true god. You make a good point. Some gods are kind, while others are strict. I guess you're... Wait, what? I guess you're your strict self today, huh? Oh. I guess you're your strict self today, huh? Not that I've ever seen so much as a hint of your kind side.
Fortunately for you, I'm curious enough to overlook your insolence. At least this time. Remember, I said I had a question for you. Tell me, human who calls himself Peperoncino, how does it feel to have lost your Lostbelt?
Huh?
That is what happened, isn't it? You lost the entire ancient land of India, just like that. So I can't help but be curious about how impossibly incompetent you must be to allow a miracle like that. You know, I was really looking forward to invading the other Lostbelts with Zeus. I want to kill the Tsar of those humans who turned themselves into demonic beasts. I want to kill the gods who kept those human breeding grounds running for thousands of years. I want to utterly destroy that uppity emperor who claimed to be a Zenran. And I want to mash your head into paste along with the insolent Syncret god who ate up all those other gods. But now... Chaldea's destroyed them all before we had the chance. It's so disappointing.
You're right. I have no one to blame for my loss but myself. I'm sorry I couldn't live up to your expectations.
Here I thought you'd either cower in fear or blow up in anger. But you didn't do either. You're no fun, Pepe.
Well, it is a fact, and you can't argue with facts. That goes for both your godlike aspirations and my own failure. But I suppose there is one thing I'd like to say in response. To be clear, these are just my honest thoughts. There's no deeper motives here.
Well, what is it?
You're not very attractive, are you? Your proper human history and mythology counterpart was much more charming. I always knew of Aphrodite as the goddess of love and beauty, Though as Zeus's daughter, she also acted as the god of death at times. Her body was the platonic ideal of the female form, and I also suspect that Ishtar, the Sumerian goddess of Venus, had some influence on her divine manifestation. But in your case, at least as you are now, well...
Go on, Pepe. Tell me, how do I seem to you?
Speaking strictly personally, I've always known Aphrodite to have two distinct sides to her divinity, but I can only see one side to you.
Never mind the rigmarole, just spit it out already. How do I seem to you, Pepe?
Well, unlike your proper human history self, you don't seem like you'd ever choose to marry Hephaestus.
Is that so?
That's not to say that certain aspects of you aren't just like your counterpart in proper human history, though. Do you know about the Trojan War? The war fought between the Grecian allies and the Kingdom of Troy?
A war fought solely between humans? Who cares?
You were partially responsible for it. Even in proper human history, you won over Prince Paris of Troy and offered the Trojans your protection along with Apollo and the other gods. Ultimately, your actions led to a massive war that brought all of Troy to ruin. Yourself from proper human history never wanted things to turn out that way, but...
She didn't? Well then, she's nothing like me at all. I'd never think twice about destroying a human nation or two. In fact, I'd enjoy it. And when I was done, I'd give the survivors a big smile. I'd give them my condolences on the difficult time they endured, and encourage them to do better next time. Then I'd tell them I'd give them a reward depending on how hard they worked. And when there was only one human left standing, I'd give them a genuine smile.
Man. Every character in this Lostbelt is so unlikable. And the enemy side. Well, I guess the mirror was kind of pitiful, but still.
No. This is all wrong. No way do you show up looking like that. Where am I? Camelot? Avalon? No. This is Olympus. It's gotta be. You and I got no reason to fight. Who is that? Who's singing in my freaking head? Fran! Fran? Is that you?
Easy there, girlie. What's got into ya? Mordred's our friend. Don't you remember fighting that giant mechanical Argos together?
Kentucky, you are... Sakata Kentucky, right?
Hell yeah, I am. Wait. You were just going to town on her yourself, weren't ya? The hell's going on? You two were doing fine just a little while ago. We even finally got that Argos thing to stop regenerating itself. All we had left to do was to plant the goods. Boss Ryko!
Kentucky.
Boss, I need your help. When you get these two...
It's too late, Kentucky. There's nothing we can do for them now. We've made a dreadful mistake. The Argos was nothing more than a decoy. We are little more than flies lured into the spider's web. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself much longer either. I was able to endure it a little thanks to my madness enhancement. But very soon, I won't be able to stop myself from killing you. So please, Kentucky, my dear child, please. Kill me, right now.
Don't even joke about that, boss!
Fran! What have I done? Damn it, Fran! I'm sorry! I thought Mordred had mental resistance, though. Due to her, like, helmet thing. Oh, good. You're up. Morning, Barrow Draco. You did great yesterday. Oh, right. You're probably wondering what I'm doing in here, huh? Haha. I did knock a few times, but you never answered, so I got worried. Sorry.
It's all good. Morning, Musashi.
Good morning. I guess you're still a little sleepy. Now that I think of it, you always were hard to wake up. But that's fine. You did just get through with an honest-to-goodness guard after all. Not to mention you almost died.
I had a feeling that was the case. But I'm okay now, I think.
You sure? As a matter of fact, Masha was right by your side until dawn. Up until dawn. She insisted she was going to stay with you until you woke up, but she was pretty worn out herself. So we all kind of gang up on her to convince her to take a nap. It took a while, but eventually she agreed. And now, here we are, with me checking in on you. Sorry if I woke you up. I promise I didn't mean to. You don't have to get up if you're not ready to, okay? I'm pretty sure your body's recovered by now, but if you still want to rest a bit, you've more than earned it.
Well then, I think I'll do just that.
Go for it. In the meantime, I'll tell you about what's going on outside.
What happened to the city after we beat Demeter?
You really want to know? I took a quick peek outside earlier, and it looked like recovery operations were already underway. Over half the populace had come back to life, and I didn't see anything in the way of dead bodies or blood splatters. I think they said something about Zeus taking over the Harvest Authority now that Demir is gone. No wonder they called him Almighty. As for Demir's remains, well, a whole bunch of machines just showed up out of nowhere. Disassembled her into her component parts and carried them all back to the big sky shrine. It was a crazy sight, believe me. I wish you could have seen it. The way things were going, I bet the whole district would be good as new in a few days.
Wow, that does sound amazing.
It was. Fighting might be our only option in this Lostbelt, but that part was still incredible. Anyway, how tough was Demir, huh? Talk about a worthy opponent. She would totally kick our asses if we didn't have Kanson's Firebird going off whoosh. Not to mention the Alliance and Caligula's secret weapons. Me, on the other hand, well, I was kind of useless. Guess I should have known it wouldn't be easy to cut through a hunk of metal that huge. I only pulled it off in Russia because I was super focused. It's a whole different story when you're up against a solid mass of machinery. It just goes to show that there's some things I can't cut even from the void. Honestly, it makes me wonder if there's anything an empty sword can't even cut. I can see the zero that lies beyond the void. And I know that's my ultimate destination, whether it's proper human history, Musashi, or me, but still.
Well, I'm still glad you were there, Musashi.
Really? Well, I'm really glad you're here. I tend to fall into bad habits real easily, you know? That's why I need someone like you who's got their act together. Count on me for help. Whoops, sorry about that. Guess it means it's time for breakfast. Like they say, you can't wage war on an empty stomach, and breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Plus, Mash ought to wake up soon. I bet she'll be waiting in the cafeteria. So come on, let's go. Senpai, you're up! Good morning! Foo! You look so much better than you did yesterday. You really are back to your old self again, aren't you? Oh, thank goodness.
Sorry to worry you. Ah, there you are, Baron Draco. Yes, you look quite alert for having just woken up. Very good. Fortunately, the demi-servant there has already briefed me on your current situation. Congratulations on your recovery, Mr. Baron Draco. Interesting. It would seem the medical facilities here in the Alliance base are truly exceptional. While we do have healing mystic codes of our own, they alone would not have been enough to save your life. Indeed, Olympian technology deserves all the credit for your continuous survival. I am, of course, kidding. It's actually proper human history magecraft. Specifically, healing spells designed for people from proper human history that the Alliance heroic spirits left behind. So they really saved us in more ways than one, then. Indeed, if it had not been for both their 7-link heroic spirit cannon and their advanced healing spells, there is an excellent chance we would not be here right now. May I go on now? There's still the matter of you falling asleep at the beginning of our teleconference, but under the circumstances, I'm willing to overlook it. Excellent work this day. Now that the mirror's gone, we've taken a significant step towards our goal.
Good morning. Breakfast is on the table. I know you should be physically recovered now, but you still need to eat to replenish your strength.
Sorry for serving the same kind of food as yesterday. Neither my sister nor I are much for cooking.
Hey, speak for yourself, Macarios. I like cooking just fine. I even took a course for it, remember?
Yeah, 2,000 years ago. Come on, sister. You and I both know you haven't really cared about food for at least the last few hundred years. And that line about needing to eat to replenish your strength? You haven't said anything like that in at least 10,000 years. Don't be silly, sister.
Come on, Macarios. Not a forever guess.
Director, Adelaide and Macarios are...
Yes, I've been informed. They're the 2 locals who have been helping you out. Apparently, they know who we are and what we're here to do, and are willing to help us anyway despite being native inhabitants of this Lostbelt. Not just willing, in fact. As I recall, they asked to help of their own accord. Hard as that to believe. But, then again, perhaps I would feel similarly if I had lived for as long as them. Perhaps if I studied magecraft to obtain a long life for myself, I might have had something better to say to them. Adelaide and Macarios, are you 2 truly certain about this? If we succeeded at cutting down the tree of emptiness, then you 2 will, you know.
You don't need to worry about us, Director Gordov.
Yeah, we're just as dedicated to the God Destroyer Alliance as anybody, and we know exactly what's at the stake here. I see. In that case, I have nothing more to say. So, you 2 are utopian humans who never age a day, huh? There may be significant differences in your lifespans, but seeing how empty you seem to be, I can't help but be reminded of the homunculuses.
I think that's enough for now, Director.
Oh, right. Now then, since you're only just joining us, Baron Draco, let me fill you in on the Stormborder's status. Captain Nemo is still recovering, and while my technical advisor technically still is, too,
Hey, morning, Bear Draco.
Hey! Aren't you supposed to be recovering?
Oh, come on. It's just a short talk. So, Bear Draco, are you getting enough sleep? Did you have breakfast yet? You might not be too hungry right now thanks to the load you put on your nervous system yesterday, so just take your time getting the nutrients you need. You basically have to overload your body in order to use the Black Barrel. Since you were connected directly to it when you loaded it with a command spell, the recoil must have been intense.
Believe me, I noticed.
I mean, it's no surprise it took a lot out of you, seeing how it let you take down a god with one shot. Command spells might be incredible sources of compressed magical energy strong enough to control heroic spirits, that is, ghost linear materialization. But there's still not enough to fire the Black Barrel at full power. Then, you mean... Like I said before, you fired it. The Black Barrel places a much heavier load on your body than a normal command spell. And that's just for a single shot. Trying to fire it in rapid succession could easily kill you. Firing consecutively without giving yourself time to recover in between has a high risk of inducing a heart failure. And it would also put Mash out of commission, since she's directly linked to the Orton axe when firing it. So basically, try to fire it more than once, and you'll all die. Be careful with it.
Got it. I'll do my best not to have to fire it more than once.
Good. The key takeaway here is mainly to be very, very careful about when you use it.
So that's probably foreshadowing.
Whoops. Got a little dizzy there. I can't believe I almost fell down over nothing.
Nothing my foot! I swear, do you even realize how hard you push yourself putting the Black Barrel together? And that's not even getting into how you are already worn out to begin with. Enough is enough, Technical Advisor. For the time being, you need to dedicate yourself solely to recovery. Is that clear?
Okay. Da Vinci. I didn't realize you were working yourself so hard to help us.
Even you need your rest, Da Vinci.
This is nothing compared to what you two are going through on the front line. But okay, I'll try to rest.
You better. Alright, that's enough from the Technical Advisor. Now then, let's keep bringing each other up to speed, shall we? Mash, this may be somewhat unseemly to ask, but did you know who come in handy?
I'm sorry, I don't actually think I know what you mean.
Oh, come on. Come now, sure you do. The terrifying helper I waited to send your way until the time was just right. We may be enemies, but for now, you can trust Canis. Just do your best to stay on good terms, so you can keep making good use of...
Good use of what?
I mean good, useful steps towards recovery. That's at any rate, the important thing is that you're all getting along. I was gonna say good use of teamwork, but sure.
Oh sure, we're getting along great. How's that saying go again? The closer you are with someone, the more you fight. Follow? Canis. Good morning?
Bonjour.
Hey, morning pleasantries, huh? Kinda laid back bunch, ain't ya?
We make it a point to make ourselves feel at home wherever we go. So, how are things with you, Canis?
A little sluggish since I'm low on magical energy, but I'm okay otherwise. Better now we smashed Demir's face in. Good morning, Canis.
So you were the one of the Argonauts in proper human history, huh? I appreciate you helping us out against Demeter, but does that mean you're going to join our alliance?
Huh? The hell do you think? Hey. Yes? Do you need my seal of approval or something? Hell no. I'm not here to be friends with any of you punks. I'm just here to help and repay my debts, both to you punks and to Kirstaria. Foe? But don't forget dipshits. This only lasts until my debt is paid. Soon as it is, we're gonna right back to killing each other.
Well, glad to have you with us for as long as you're around, Canis.
Good. Best of luck going up against those hunks of metal. You're gonna need it.
Interesting. I was aware Baron Draco and Mash frequently accomplished our goals with the help from allies made along the way, but I didn't know our new director shared the same trait. Alternatively, there may simply be something about Caligula that naturally attracts people of that temperament. Haha! As much as I enjoy the flowery administrative director, be warned that it won't affect your bonus. Now, where was I? Oh yes, the Black Barrel. Just because you've had that conceptual weapon fitted to the Orknax smash, doesn't mean you should use it lightly. Remember, you still ultimately need Baron Draco's command spells to fire it. And since you already used one in your battle against Demeter, that means you can only fire the Black Barrel 2 more times. Remember that.
Only 2 more times, huh? That's not very many at all.
Indeed, it isn't. And don't forget, we can't replenish your command spells anymore, even if you're able to make it back to the border. The only way you'll be able to restore them is to return to Caligula's base and connect yourself to a few magical reactors, as usual. Ah yes, speaking of which, what is the storm border status? Are you still completely defenseless? Funny you should ask, since you're the one who left us high and dry in the first place. Yes, needless to say, we're still very much completely defenseless. I wish you could send us a heroic spirit out to help us, but I know that's just not possible right now. So, in the meantime, we'll be here laying low as we wait and hope for your planned success. Succeeds. Besides, I'm sure Captain will wake up soon, and when he does, I can ask him to defend the border to the best of his ability. Without exaggerating his condition, of course. Rest assured, I'm prepared to bargain with as many soft-buttered croissants as necessary. Something on your mind, Macarios? I was just thinking about how we could get you guys back to your ship if you needed to go there. You said you made an emergency landing in the western frontier zone, right? Is that what you call this area? At any rate, yes, that sounds right. Gotcha. Never mind then. There's no safe way to get there. Sorry for getting your hopes up. Just forget I say anything. Does that mean there's a safe way to get to the other zones?
Yes, there is. We can use the underground infrastructure. It won't let us go everywhere, but it can get us to a lot of places.
I see. I'll have to remember that.
Hey, Mustache.
Yes?
If you only need to move one person around, I can take him myself. Having authority over the sea means I also got power to navigate it. Basically, I can cross any border, Lostbelt or not. But hey, it's up to you. Besides, I'm not gonna lie. It can be a rough way to travel.
The authority to cross borders. So it was Poseidon's gift that let you move freely between the Lostbelts.
Do not say that name.
Ah yes, I do beg your pardon. I'm afraid I'm one of those sorts who must think out loud to put their thoughts in order, you see.
Fofo? I don't give a shit why you do it. Say it again, I'll kill you then and there.
Duly noted. May I say something now? Is it safe to assume we're all just about up to speed now? Although, I never thought every heroic spirit who got here before us would already be gone.
I'm afraid so. Fo. But hey, at least you met up with me. Don't worry, I got this.
How? There's only one of you! Then again, I suppose Miyamoto Musashi is an extremely powerful heroic spirit. Plus, we have Canis on our side, too. The Black Barrel's destructive force is truly remarkable, and we also have local allies providing us with safe haven. Looking at everything we've got going for us, I know I should be happy. But I still can't get over it.
The instant we kill Demeter, Zeus just swoops in and takes over her authority, like it's no big deal. And not only that, he already got the South District back on his feet, even after it was completely destroyed only yesterday. How can he be so damn omnipotent? Ah, come on, General Gorf, cheer up. These guys are as golden gets. We might have tried to slay the gods, but they actually pulled it off.
Exactly. You ought to be throwing your hands up in the air, cheering, not staring at the ground and shit. Allow us to introduce ourselves again, Director of Caligula. We are the God Destroyer Alliance, or rather, the AI built from its remnants. Kentucky, Mordred, you're here too, Fran. You're here too, Fran and Raiko.
So all these powerful heroic spirits working together still weren't enough to defeat the gods of Olympus.
Eep. Alright, which one of you ass faces installed a Fran persona? How the hell are we gonna tell him everything we need to tell him like this?
Haha, there's certainly never a dull moment with the second squad around. Alright, I think this Nikola Tesla persona had best take it from here.
Tesla wasn't exactly a wallflower himself, you know.
Just let it go, Macarios. We'll never get anything done if we can point out every little thing like that.
I never imagined we would get new reinforcements and weaponry at this point in the game. It seems things are looking up for the Alliance. Now then, let's resume Operation God Destroyer in earnest. Let me be clear, this is not a plan for defeating the individual machine gods. This is a plan to bring down the god, the omnipotent Zeus himself.
You really have a plan to defeat Zeus? Foo! Now that's what I'm talking about. I've been waiting to hear how us Chaldeans are going to take the fight to an omnipotent god. This is so much fun, don't you think, Canis? Why are you dragging me into this? You think fun even enters the equation when I'm stuck with you morons? We're not friends, dipshits. Now, don't be like that. Ours may be a business relationship, but that doesn't change the fact we'll still be fighting together. Besides, don't you love throwing caution to the wind and fighting battles against impossible odds? You think I'm the same kind of head case as you, bitch? I don't hate impossible odds, but I'm not a freaking fan of it either. My fight's an absolutely crushing my enemies. I got no interest in a fight I know I can't win. Oh really? Then why'd you come over to our side, I'm betting you actually love fighting against impossible odds, just as much as you love completely demolishing your enemies. Don't worry, I totally get it. I'm exactly the same way. Didn't I just say I'm not a freaking head case like you?
If you two would be so kind as to bond over your shared lust for battle at a later time. AI, may I ask exactly what is it you have in mind? As I recall, the 7-link heroic spirit cannon was a one-time only option. Are you saying you have something else on hand that can bring down a god? I think I remember hearing something about a summoning circle?
Golden! That's exactly it, boss! Our last option for taking down Grande Zeus himself is to use a great summoning circle to summon a major VIP ally of proper human history.
A great summoning circle? So you mean a spell designed to summon a heroic spirit?
That's the one, though it's gonna be a little different from the Caligula style summoning you might be used to. Now let me tell you how you're gonna go about summoning this VIP. A whole bunch of heroic spirits from all walks of life put their heads together to come up with a foolproof, timeless method. See, chain reaction summons happen pretty easily in Lostbelt and Singularities, so we figured all we needed to do was give that process a nudge in the right direction. The result is the great summoning circle I'm about to tell you about. We call it the God Destroyer Grand Class Designation Summon. This right here is our ace in the hole.
A grand servant? Are you freaking serious? I don't know shit about magecraft. Even I know a grand servant's a big freaking deal. A grand servant? That's the kind of unbelievably powerful heroic spirit that's usually only summoned by the true heroic spirit summoning ritual the Holy Grail War is based on. We certainly encountered them before, like with Orion in the first Asan, but even so.
Damn, way to go, God Destroyer Alliance. Haha, right? Super golden, right?
I see. So your plan is to summon a Grand Servant here to Olympus, like how Orion was summoned to Atlantis. But then, does that mean the conditions to summon a Grand Servant are in place?
Fo.
So cool, so golden, oh yeah!
Yay! Oh! It looks like the Kentucky AI has fallen into a so cool loop, so I think I'd better take over. This summoning spell has multiple summoning circles placed at various points around the city. What's more, it also uses a certain device to ensure that the target, a figure who would normally be unsummonable, is called forth into this world. We call it Grand Summon Oracle. In mage terms, I suppose you would call it a mystic code, or perhaps a catalyst. King Arthur's Lancer spirit origin. Fa?
The King of the Storms, the avatar of the Wild Hunt that was seen during the Fourth Singularity. So there was yet another powerful heroic spirit here at one time. The Electric Professor, Lionhead Professor, and Blavatsky designed the Oracle, and the Collaborator built it. As for the Great Summoning Circle, last we heard, its components are still being set up in each area. Unfortunately, the machine gods defeated us before we could see the operation through to the end, so we are trusting all of you to do it so in our stead. Destroy the gods and save humanity. There are 7 summoning circles that make up the Great Summoning Circle, and the heroic spirits managed to set up 4 of them.
We still leave 3 to go.
We can no longer help slay the gods ourselves, unfortunately. We ended up falling to the mechanical gods before the Great Summoning Circle and Oracle were complete. But now, there are heroes gathered here once again, and only 3 summoning circles left to go. That sounds to me like a mission worth risking one's life for, no? What do you think?
Ha! So he's all but admitting that this could end up killing us, huh? I don't know who that is, but at least he's honest.
Oh, I say! Am I the only one who finds the idea of an AI actively assigning us a dangerous mission somewhat unsettling?
Oh, stop that, Mr. Tesla. You should know by now that not everyone's so eager to push themselves to their limits. I'm sorry that if we didn't convey it well, but we're not trying to give orders. We're only providing information. Whether you act on it or not is up to you guys.
While we're on the subject, here is where the remaining summoning circles need to be set up. This is Olympus' East District. These 3 points of light are where the last summoning circles need to go. These other 4 points of light are the ones we already finished setting up.
As of now, neither the machine gods nor the people of Olympus have noticed the existing summoning circles.
They better not, after all the trouble we went to hide them, not to mention the Collaborator. The Collaborator.
I see. So this Operation God Destroyer was forced to be suspended partway through. Then I suppose this is no time for half measures. We of Caligula will pick up where the Alliance left off. And I'm saying that in front of everyone here, heroic spirits included, even you, Canis.
Huh?
Canis, would you continue to aid us? Please, we still need your help.
Shut up. You think I don't know that? There's no way you 3 Caligula servants alone could possibly take down the gods.
Right, good. Now then, we've decided our next course of action. we will complete the Great Semicircle, thereby preparing for our showdown with the King of the Gods.
That means we'll need to make our way to Olympus's East District. I will disguise your command spells, so the locals are none the wiser.
So this will be a covert mission, huh? Good luck, Mash and Barrow Draco.
We'll do our best.
Right.
Didn't I just tell you to get some rest, Technical Advisor? Fine, fine. Take a moment to say goodbye, but that's all. After this, I want you going straight back to into sleep mode. No ifs, ands, or buts. Is that clear?
Yes, teacher.
And don't call me teacher. I'm never going back to the clock tower. Not even if they were to beg me.
I think it's like 3 more story nodes. There's a lot of story nodes. Oh no, it's just 2. And then it's fight, fight, fight. 22-minute read? Oh boy.
Initiating God Destroyer Alliance base underground transfer.
Huh? Are we moving the entire base?
Yeah? Why?
Whoa, everything's shaking.
Is this what riding an elevator is like?
This base was originally an all-purpose maintenance vehicle for the underground infrastructure, you know? The kind that goes around fixing whenever it needs it. We could also walk along the underground corridors, but that's really hard to navigate. They're really hard to navigate and would take forever. Of course, if you're willing to spend a few days to get to our destination, it could work. What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's not even bother with walking.
Good call. Besides, Sister and I wouldn't be able to contact you in the East District if we stayed here. Anyway, it shouldn't take us long to get there at this rate. Just be careful you don't lose your footing.
Man, I never would have thought I would to try moving this entire place. It sounds like it's old hat to you guys, but Olympian tech is pretty amazing to me.
It's Atlantis, not Olympus.
Huh?
Atlantinian, I mean. At least, that's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
They say our ancestors originally came to Olympus from the continent of Atlantis about 10,000 odd years ago. It's also why we think the second Machia may have played a part in Atlantis' destruction. Unfortunately, we don't know anything for sure, as all the records pertaining to that time were lost long ago. Fo!
As in the mythical continent?
Yes, that's right. The continent of Atlantis is one of proper human history's most well-known legends. It was once a prosperous empire rich in natural resources, but over time, its people lost all respect for the gods and the rule of law. So the gods punished them by flooding the entire empire and sinking the continent into the sea. At least, that's how the Greek philosopher Plato described it in his 2 dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. Oh! It's one of the many flooding legends that have been passed down through different civilizations like Mesopotamia. The flooding of Atlantis is said to have taken place sometime around 9000 BC, but
the theory of continental drift claims otherwise. If we assume that all of our current continents were originally a single giant landmass, then there's no place where a mythical lost continent could fit. At least, that was the operating theory as of 100 years or so ago. Thus said, I doubt the discovery of plate tectonics have done much to advance Atlantis' cause. Furthermore, given that have been exactly 0 discoveries of any Atlantean artifacts, the sole historical record we have for its existence is Plato's writings. However, that still leaves one question unanswered.
Right. What if the continent of Atlantis really did exist? But in a way that was completely unlike any other continent we know about.
I can't deny it's a possibility. Especially now that we know it's possible for something to exist without leaving behind a single trace. Namely the realm of mystics. And that's not all. There's also the very act of using magecraft to materialize a servant. While the existence of most things can be proven with physical evidence and written records, the same cannot be said of mystics. In which case...
Right, if what Ale and Macarius told us about the mechanical gods is true.
Precisely. The gods of Olympus could have arrived on the continent of Atlantis long ago, thereby bringing civilization to prehistoric peoples. Though of course, in that case, those events would be more akin to the work of Jules Verne than they would be Plato's Timaeus and Critias. Good grief, I can practically see Sir Doyle's face grinning in delight.
As in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the prestigious Arthur who moralized your exploits in novel form? I've read every book he ever published. And I've seen the movie versions. Well, at least all the ones you're in, Holmes. I still remember the first time I saw the Granada version like it was yesterday.
Wow, Mash, you're practically glowing.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get carried away.
Haha, you're too kind, Miss Curiolite. I only hope I get a chance to tell Sir Doyle what dedicated fans he has. Now then, back to the subject of Atlantis. This has been a most fascinating discussion. Depending on when this Lostbelt first came about, this could mean that the mystical continent of Atlantis truly did exist on our Earth. If the same were true in proper human history, there would surely still be some trace of physical evidence pertaining to the continent's sinking. Indeed, such an event would have an effect of the topography of the entire planet. No doubt someone would have also discovered something along the paleomagnetic lines as well. And yet, in proper human history, there is not one piece of evidence that the continent of Atlantis ever existed. No evidence of the continent's existence. Haha, by Jove, that's it! It may not be a proverbial smoking gun, but we've got collateral evidence right here.
Holmes?
Oh yes, I beg your pardon. This is still only a hypothesis, but I do believe I've solved the riddle. If we assume that the legendary continent of Atlantis truly did exist in proper human history, then we can now say with a fair degree of certainty what it truly was. It's really no great mystery at all. Take a look around. Where are we standing right now? Oh right, Olympus! Precisely. As you all know, we are currently standing on a small part of the interstellar mountainous city of Olympus. And what, pray tell, is the nature of Olympus's existence?
Oh, I get it now. Olympus isn't a natural landmass. It's a mysterious, enormous, artificial structure. It's essentially a virtual continent built inside a supernatural hollow space with advanced technology well beyond the scope of proper human history.
Right you are, Miss Curiolite. Granted, this is the most preliminary theory that may change as more information comes to light. Nevertheless. Haha, I must say, I never dreamed this adventure of ours would involve me deducing the existence of Atlantis.
Oh, now I get it. Mostly. Basically, Olympus and Atlantis are both pretty impressive, yeah? Totally got it. Well, mostly. I mostly got it. I definitely, absolutely, mostly, totally got it. Yep.
If you say so, Musashi.
By the way, Adelaide and Macarios, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. It's about the underground infrastructure we're using for transport as we speak. Sure, what is it? You said this whole underground area was safe because it used to be Hades' domain or something, right? I was just curious what the full story there was. Hades is one of the gods who was killed in the fourth Machia, right? Yes, that's right. All the gods who fought for coexistence between humans and gods were defeated and destroyed during the Olympian Machia. And Hades was one of them.
After the war, Zeus ended up taking over the domains of every god they defeated. That, along with enslaving Poseidon, gave him full control over the entire sea of Atlantis. But it was a different story for Olympus' underground infrastructure.
Hades decided to take his own life, and the resulting explosion sealed off his underground domain. Thanks to that, the underworld became a dark zone that nobody could easily touch. Nobody except those who were allied with Hades and the faction fighting for coexistence. Now I gotcha. That explains it. I always found it strange how an all-powerful god like Zeus knows everything that happens on the surface, but can't seem to do anything when it comes to this underground area.
It's pretty much down to luck that things worked out this way. As ships, Hades and Zeus were both based off the Titan Cronus.
As gods, that puts them in the same class of deity, so even when Zeus became omnipotent,
he still had to allocate almost all of his powers to see everything going on in the Dark Zone. And right now, Zeus is using most of his magical energy to keep Olympus and the Tree of Emptiness Magellan up and running.
Then, you're saying that is a weakness we can take advantage of. Ugh.
That's right. We believe that that's where our hope for victory lies. Foe! Oh, everything just shook again.
Nah.
Damn, must have fallen asleep. We there already?
Yeah, the base is done moving along the underground. Let's go up to the surface. We'll be going with you this time, since this is a covert mission.
Foe! Eek! Foe!
Ah, there you go again! Didn't I tell you not to jump on my sister, you big squirrel?
A cute boy, a cute girl, a cute animal, all together. You love to see it. That thing's not really a squirrel, right?
Alright, try not to get yourself killed out there. There's no way in hell I'm gonna play pretend, so you guys can knock yourselves out acting like idiots. You are.
I'll hang around in my spirit form in the meantime, and pop out if things get violent. Oh? What? What do you mean by play pretend? Oh, it means you need to be careful about your choice of words on the surface, or Zeus's scans will catch you.
So that's why we need to watch what we say up there.
That's right.
Now then, we need to get our covert story straight. Let's see. Okay, I think I got it. Bear Draco, Mash, Musashi. You three will be our distant relatives from the very edge of the South District. As for you, Holmes,
No need to worry about me. I'll stay close by in my spirit form as well.
Oh, I call the oldest sister role. Hehe. I always wanted a couple of cute siblings of my own.
I guess you'll be my other big sister then, Mash.
You mean you want me to be the middle child? I was kind of hoping I could be the youngest child. And you could be my big brother, senpai.
You got it, little sister.
Right.
I presume there's a risk our conversations may be eavesdropped upon on the surface, Macarius?
Basically, you catch him quick, don't you?
It has to be said.
It's not really eavesdropping though, it's more like he's openly listening to everything anyone says. They say it's because Zeus himself watches over everything we humans do, that he's protecting us.
I see. So you live in a state of constant surveillance. Foe.
Zeus might be able to see everything that happens above ground, but he can't actually tell individual people apart. It's just like how we humans can't tell individual ants apart. Or, well, that's about how I think it works.
Oh, fascinating. That would certainly seem to lend credence to the AI's belief that Zeus is exceptionally powerful, but not truly omnipotent.
However, his hearing is a different story. He listens to every single conversation people have on the surface.
You mean he's able to meaningfully hear and comprehend the utterance of 10 million people down to the sentence simultaneously? I can scarcely imagine what such immense data processing capabilities must be like. Small wonder he's had so little difficulty traveling the universe. Such incredible multi-purpose functionality would certainly make him appear omnipotent, even if he is not truly so.
Well, he's not a god for nothing. Not to mention, this is Zeus we're talking about. He does a bunch of things that'd be impossible for humans to pull off.
Foe.
Most impressive. It sounds as though he's essentially Olympus's one god
Echelion?
Echelon program.
Oh, I heard of that. That was a kind of super surveillance system a few countries colluded on, right?
Haha, no, Miss Miyamoto. Echelon was never anything more than an urban legend. It's no different than the purported devil at the crossroads, or a serial killer hiding under your bed. Then again, perhaps the devil at the crossroad is more of a mystic than Echelion.
Echelion?
Echelion. Well, no matter. It's still the same broad category. But the same is not true for Zeus. His surveillance mechanisms and control devices are unabashedly present in all aspects of life here. I took Olympus for a utopia, but in fact, the control its government wields over its people is far greater than any we've yet seen in a Lostbelt. No wonder the division between the coexistence and the ruling factions was so great that it led to a full-blown machia.
You're starting to understand what things are like here.
So, think we can get going now? Oh, good. Then let's get this great semicircle operation underway. Everybody ready? Seeing how those soldiers we ran into last time all looked like they came from the East District, I'm guessing we'll be in for a especially rough time around here. So let's be ready for that. Thank you, Musashi. But we were actually hoping to stop by our house before we begin the operation in earnest, if that's okay.
You have a house here?
Oh, actually, we forgot something there and we need to get it.
Yeah, we have to postpone the start of this mission. I'm sorry. We should have told you sooner.
Oh? Seriously? Screw that noise, I'm taking a nap. Wake me up when you finish whatever stupid crap you're going to do. So you're going to camp out here just like that? Then again, I guess I'm not one to talk.
What, are you stupid? Don't you know it's dangerous for a woman to camp out by herself?
Really? You're really going to lecture me on that? Adelaide? Can I ask you what it is you forgot at your house?
It's something we're all going to need. The last time we used it, we messed up in the timing, and our whole squad got wiped out.
Your entire squad?
Okay, got it.
Right, Master. Oh! So this is Olympus's East District. There are so many statues as big as the skyscrapers here. And the city itself is so elaborately designed. Yet, it's also filled with a real gentle sense of beauty everywhere I look. Well, you're going to see the giant statues in the art district. Is this your first time coming to this part of town? Oh, right. I have to assume that our old backstory about being from the countryside won't work anymore. No, of course not, but it still has been long enough that I couldn't help get a little worked up.
It's always impressive to see them again after a long absence.
Right. Woof! Oh, woof! Don't mind me. I'm just your ordinary everyday doggo here. Who's a good boy, Plato? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Woof, woof! Good. It doesn't look like anyone's paying attention to Senpai and me. Anyone paying Senpai and me any special notice. Da Vinci's disguise kits must still be working as intended. It seems like they're affecting Musashi too, just like we hoped. So far so good. It's been a long time since you've been here too, hasn't it, Plato? Come on, who's a good boy? Oh. Hey, what's with the cold shoulder?
Come on, enough playing around. Our home sweet home isn't much farther from here.
Okay.
Why don't we head back to the house and take a breather before we look around the city? You guys could use one after all the hard work you've been doing. Plus, I think Sister here has been looking forward to cooking something for you. Can't say I'm especially looking forward to it myself, but...
Makarios? Makarios?
Okay. I want to have your cooking for the first time in a long time, too. Happy now? I swear, a few hundred years without cooking anything, and now you can't wait to get in the kitchen.
Well, of course. You know, we haven't seen our distant relatives in forever. We have to make them feel welcome. Right?
Yeah.
You foul! Ah, what's got into you, Plato? I was just watching a couple of beautiful people doing a little back and forth. Stop that, Plato. You know it's rude to growl in public. Hey, it's Makarios! Look, Adelaide's here too! Hey, yeah, they're both back! Oh man, it's been so long! Oh, they even got a dog with them! At least I think it's a dog, right? It's so cute!
Fur.
Where have you guys been where have you guys been all this time? Oh yeah, you're traveling all around Olympus, right?
Brain. Come on. Focus, brain.
I think you went to the South District last, yeah? It looked like things were pretty bad down there. Are you two okay? Did you get caught in the crossfire? We're fine, thank you. But it was scary seeing the city in such disarray.
You guys been doing okay while we've been away?
Oh yeah, we've been having ambrosia every day, so we're doing great. How about you two? Have you been okay?
Yeah, we're fine. Thanks.
So this ambrosia is still being distributed, even now that Demir's gone. Does this mean Zeus has taken over Demir's role, even while he's still pouring magical energy into Olympus and the Tree of Emptiness? Just how much magical energy does he actually possess? So, did you guys see the Chaldeans while you were in the South District? They're demons who wanted to destroy our world, right? Did they look really scary?
Beats me. We never saw them, so we have no idea.
They say one of them's got a demonic blood-red mark on his right hand. We disguised Senpai's command spells too this time, so we should be okay, I think.
So who are these people? Are they your friends? Are you guys from the South? Did you see the Chaldeans? Guys with black hair?
Nope, I didn't.
Ah.
Hey, those Chaldeans aren't gonna come here, right? I don't want all of us to die. I hate them. I wish there was no such thing as bad people.
Yeah, me too.
But it's okay, we'll be fine. Even if they do show up here, our dad will take care of them. 'Cause you know what? Our dad's a soldier. Pretty cool, right? Stupid Chaldeans. I hope Dad kills them all. Yeah, they should just die and leave us alone. I don't know if I agree with that. Huh? But Chaldeans do bad things. That makes them bad guys, right? Queen Europa even said so in her address. And if they're bad guys, then they should definitely die. Simple as that. See, I think they're bad so they should die might be a little too simplistic. If nothing else, I think it'd be good for us to find out why they are the way they are. Like, are they really destroying the world? Are they really so evil that they deserve to die? Who knows? Maybe they got their own good reasons for doing what they're doing. Maybe there's some larger truth driving their actions that we have yet to come to terms with. And maybe they don't want to be here taking on Olympus, but they are anyways because they think it's the right thing to do. It's worth your while to imagine things like that, you know? Especially since it doesn't cost you anything. That's pretty tough. If that was the case, I don't know how I'd feel about it. Yeah, me neither. But wait, hang on. It's still bad to do bad things, even if you got a reason for doing them, right? Yeah, that's true. You're not wrong there. But don't forget, there's nobody in the whole world who never makes any mistakes. People can't always make all the right choices. Sometimes, to stop evil, you have to let go of being good a bit. And when you do, the important thing is to be honest with yourself. You can't just rationalize your actions away by telling yourself you had no other choice. Or that what you're doing is somehow right. I know if I was up against someone who was under no illusions that they were doing something wrong for what they sincerely believed were the right reasons, I wouldn't want to kill them just because they were bad. I want to know why they made a choice like that. What motivated them to do it? And while I was at it, I want other people to know how they felt too. At least, that's what I think. What about you two? Musashi. Is that why? Ah! That's our alarm! Sorry, we have to go home now. Bye! See you later.
Later.
Goodbye. Bye!
What was that all about? Why are you getting so worked up over a couple of kids?
What do you mean, kids? Aren't they like 10,000 years old?
Heh, guess you got me there.
Woof, woof!
Settle down, you. Come on. Let's go already. If those kids' curfew alarms are any indication, it'll probably be sunset soon.
See that residential tower next to the statue of Aphrodite? Makarios and I live there, in apartment 5203, on the 52nd floor.
Ooh, fancy. Man, these hologram spheres seem so inconvenient. You can't see anything from the top one.
It's so spacious! Does this mean they're upper class? No, wait. The whole concept of monetary economy doesn't exist here. And since they also have nothing in the way of jobs or professions, I don't see how they could have class-based distinctions like commoner or aristocrat either.
So, you two have all the space all to yourselves? This place is pretty average. People who really care about the size of their homes might choose somewhere bigger. But this is usually the kind of apartment you get unless you have a big family or something.
Please, have a seat and make yourself at home. I'll go get us some juice. Okay. Woof!
Alright.
There! He just snapped his fingers. That's the sign we agreed on to let Holmes know it was okay to come out in his spirit form. The Olympians might have found his outfit strange, but Zeus shouldn't be able to tell the difference.
I do beg your pardon for the intrusion. I hope my footsteps weren't too loud.
Don't worry. Nobody knows footsteps. Just don't break into song or anything. Our neighbors aren't too fond of that.
I see. If Zeus were also marking the number of people making footsteps in a given room, he would notice something was strange when the number suddenly increased out of nowhere. But if I'm understanding this right, it looks like footsteps are beneath his notice. Here you go. I'm afraid it's not freshly squeezed, but it's still nice and cold.
Thank you, Ale. Most kind of you.
Don't mind if I do.
Glug, glug, glug.
Ah, that hit the spot. Woof! Yes, don't worry, Plato. I got a shallow bowl of juice for you too. Woof!
Yummy. The sweetness doesn't overstay its welcome, and it's got just the right amount of tartness.
Hehe, thank you very much.
Not at all. Thank you for the lovely drink. I won't soon forget this flavor, I assure you. Now then, before we go over whatever it is you two forgot, I need to ask you a more personal question. Tell me, Adelaide and Makarios, may I ask you where the rest of your family is?
They died in the Olympia Machia.
Killed?
Yeah. Our mom and dad supported Athena and Ares, so...
Oh.
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
Relax, it's fine. This was thousands of years ago, remember? And besides, it's not like our family's all gone. We still have you guys. There's nothing taboo about discussing the Machia. It's basically like extolling the gods' victories. Besides, Sister and I weren't part of the coexistence faction like Mom and Dad were.
He's lying. He and Adelaide were both part of the coexistence faction during the Fourth Machia. But he's assuming Zeus is listening in and being careful not to say anything that would arouse suspicion. Guys. Guys certainly do love talking about the Machia, don't they? Anyway, it's getting late, so we should probably have dinner soon. You'll help me, right, Makarios?
Yeah.
I'll help too. Here, then I'll help by playing with Play-Doh. Here, boy. Come on, boy. Oh, come on. Why are you growling at me?
If you don't help, you don't eat, big sister.
I should have seen that one coming. Okay, I'm in. Besides, it looks fun. Thank you, everyone. Hehe. I can tell this is going to be the most fun we've had at dinner in a long time. Thank you for the wonderful meal. It was so incredibly delicious. I still can't quite believe just how good it was. It tasted completely different from the kind of food I'm used to. I especially love the, fish. It's nothing special. All I did was sprinkle a little powder on it before I cooked it. Maybe so, but it was still exquisite. You really are an expert chef, aren't you, Ale?
I already told you, she hasn't cooked for hundreds of years. But, still, thanks. I know she's really happy to hear that. Honestly, it makes me feel good too.
I'm so glad. I forgot how fun it is to cook for guests. Of course, it wouldn't have been half as fun if you hadn't all helped, so thank you. Oh no, not at all. All I did was help with the simple prep stuff. Ah, that was delicious. Best news I've had in forever. Oh, sorry for polishing everything off. But in my defense, it was all so good. I couldn't help it. Oh no, it's quite alright. We have more if you want thirds. Woohoo! If there's one thing I've learned, it's that you've got to stock up on good food when you get the chance. Oh! Fatty foe!
Now then, before I forget again, Adelaide, perhaps it's time you secure this forgotten item of yours?
You're right, we should. First, let me give you a bit of backstory. Gosh, where do I begin?
Aphrodite.
Right, thank you, Macarios. So, you know how the East District Statue Town is also the district dedicated to art and beauty, right? That's because Aphrodite's protection is especially strong here. She hears any prayers in this region's branch temples.
Go on.
So we thought we could use a guide here. He's been cooped up in here sleeping for a while now, so he should be waking up at any moment. Wait, huh? Do you mean this thing you forgot actually wasn't a thing at all? More of a metaphorical thing then. He's a huge help, even among you-know-who's friends.
Yeah, all the more so in this part of town.
It seems Macarios is looking at a refrigerator? Yes, all I can see is a large refrigerator, wow. Now Adelaide's standing in front of it. Wait, I recognize it now. It looks just like the one they use in the underground base to keep the steel chimera on ice. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting so long, Uncle. But it's finally time for you to wake up. That's the heroic spirit of Emperor Caligula we met in the Second Singularity. What in the world is he doing here? And kept on ice at that?
Caligula!
Caligula! Indeed, it has been a long time since I was last awakened. Hello, my beloved twins, Adelaide and Macarios. I am glad to see you both well. However, I cannot help but notice that none of my friends are here. I won't ask why. Your faces tell me all I need to know. And good day to you, unfamiliar guests. If the twins have brought you here, then I know you are friends and comrades. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
He actually spoke?
Woof, 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 woof.
Oh, fight time. Section 10. Thou art the ardor that corrupts the stars. I want to at least get to the boss fight before I end.
Oh hey, the laggards returned.
Good to be back.
What do you look so happy about? I've seen turtles who were faster than you lot. I was only gonna wait another hour or so before heading back to the base or the border. At least you're here now.
Oh my. I did not know I was keeping a proud warrior waiting. Forgive me for the trouble I have caused you, and allow me to make a formal apology. I am truly sorry and most grateful for your patience. I hope we may put this behind us and join as comrades in our battle against the gods.
What? Who the hell is this guy?
He's supposed to be Emperor Caligula.
Right, Senpai. This is Emperor Caligula, the third emperor of the ancient Roman Empire. He's a heroic spirit from proper human history, although...
Caligula? Strange. Well, these underground corridors that connect the Alliance base to the surface are indeed free from Zeus's surveillance. I also recall them being guarded by a large hostile machine. And yet, I can no longer sense anything of the sort here. What does this mean?
If you're talking about the Argos, Mordred's gang already took care of it. So don't worry, Caligula. The underground's even safer than ever now.
I see.
It's not just me. He really is talking, huh?
Yes, he is. I'm still not sure what to make of it. I've never seen Caligula speak so, fluently before. And, if he's one of the heroic spirits in the Alliance...
So he managed to survive somehow?
How can I put this? Oh, what the heck, I'll just come out and say it. We didn't tell you about him before because...
We decided to go for a dramatic effect.
Oh! Phorons!
Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we have another ally, but come on!
Now, militarily speaking, it's perfectly legitimate to describe losing forces and no longer being able to continue an operation as wiped out. Huh? That's odd. It seems we're having some technical issues with our connection.
Foe! Please don't be too hard on them.
We never told you the truth until now either.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're shocked, yes, but we're not angry.
Yeah, we never blame you guys for this.
Of course, Senpai. At any rate, it's wonderful to know we have another capable ally now. From here on, we can include Caligula as part of our operations.
Yeah, that's true. We'll definitely be having Caligula come along with us from here on. Especially after the Alliance. We messed up last time.
Foe? So, it was a bad call on your part that got everyone else killed? Would you agree that's fair interpretation of what you just said, Macarios? The hell are you losers doing out there? Canis, you should know that nobody wins every battle they fight in a war. Yes, some great generals in proper human history might have come close, but never had to go up against a god. And there's definitely never been a general anywhere who could win every battle they wage against multiple gods. So, do you really think it's fair to just dismiss their efforts with the hell were you doing? Yeah, I guess you got a point. Okay, I take it back. Sheesh, you always get serious out of nowhere. So Canis doesn't apologize, but is willing to take things back, huh? I knew there was a strong sense of responsibility buried somewhere in there. In fact, I'll do you one better. Divine spirits are one thing, but you brats were up against an actual god. Hell, not just one, but a whole bunch of gods. I say you did pretty damn well under the circumstances. Caligula is our secret weapon. Just like the 7-link heroic spirit was in our battle against Demeter.
Oh?
That's why everyone in the Alliance agreed to keep him hidden until Operation God Destroyer's final stage.
So then, why didn't you hide him here in the base? Foe!
I expect it was most likely an effort to not concentrate their assets in one place. It may have been a different story if they had been able to perfectly secure their base, but as things stand, if they had kept all their eggs in this proverbial basket, a single successful strike would have meant the end of the Alliance.
Exactly. The underground infrastructure where we keep our base is very vulnerable to massive strikes, like what the Demeter was capable of.
That's why we hid Caligula in the East District, freezing him to let us completely hide his magical energy. And it didn't draw any attention since there's plenty of Olympians who freeze themselves when they feel like taking really long naps. The only problem's that
Aphrodite happened to show up, and the whole East District team was wiped out as a result. Right.
But we're not gonna make the same mistake again. This time, we're gonna fight back with everything we've got, right from the start.
I get it, believe me. but you can't let your anger get the better of you. When things are most dire is when you gotta keep a level head, or you start making mistakes.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Very well. If you'll allow me to make sure I understand the situation correctly. You expect that Aphrodite may once again try to thwart our attempts to complete the summoning circle operation. So you brought Caligula out of cold storage as a means of fighting back against her. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Doling out information to your allies in tiny bits at a time like this doesn't seem like a good call to me. But I guess I can understand why they're doing it. Everything they tell us about the gods only underscores how much of a threat they are, even with all the countermeasures they seem to have in place. And since they mentioned some of the heroic spirits who came here just bailed when they heard what they were up against, I can't blame them for being cautious. It's all about emotion, isn't it? No matter when or where, the human heart is always a key factor. Fo? Yes? What is it, Fo? Fo! Huh? Aw, just when I thought he was finally warming up to me.
I have a question. Can you tell us more about Caligula?
Of course, as long as it's something that's within our ability to answer.
So what's up?
What happened to the berserker madness that stopped him from speaking?
Oh, right. I was just wondering about that too. Caligula, as we know him as a berserker, he can't really communicate very well. But here... What? Like he's hard to talk to? What are you talking about? He's talking just fine. Ain't it right, Emps?
Indeed. I understand your bewilderment, and worry not, for this is an answer I can give. I believe it is because I was struck by the moon goddess's attack.
Moo?
You see, back in Atlantis, Diana ran me through with some sort of invisible force.
That's another name for Artemis!
Right, Senpai. I believe it was the name she was known by in Rome. So, does that mean you were struck by an orbital cannon fire, Caligula?
No, he specifically said invisible force, so we should assume it was some other manner of attack. Artemis was also the goddess of madness, so perhaps she possessed authority to control the mind. Too? What do you think?
Man, you really are sharp, aren't you?
Ha! Well, I suppose the gods of these Lostbelts do often call me a sage for a reason. Caligula, the mad emperor of Rome, beloved by the moon. Given his connection to Artemis, we thought he may have acted as a kind of lightning rod. So we used him to lure Artemis out. And when she blasted him with a precision mental attack, he was transformed.
The attack inverted his madness, making him rational.
Artemis was likely confused by this. We believe it led to her assuming heroic spirits of proper human history all possessed some kind of mental protection.
So she gave up on her precision mental attacks.
And resorted to a more direct manner of destruction, in the form of a massive orbital bombardment. I suppose it would be a fruitless endeavor to discuss whether a physical or mental attack would be the lesser of two evils.
Fo.
People of Chaldea, I understand what your presence here signifies. My goddess, Diana, has fallen, hasn't she? That's right. Orion and many others helped us bring her down. I see. So Orion fulfilled his purpose. Then I will not grieve for my goddess, for I am certain she has returned to where she belongs.
Yes, I think she has too.
Are you done?
Do you punks ever shut up? Are we ever going to actually get around to setting up these grand servant summoning circles? What's it?
Sorry, you're right. We've taken long enough. It's time to begin this operation in earnest. Come on, let's head back to the surface. Holmes, Canis, Caligula, you three use your spirit forms. Mash, Musashi, Bear Draco, you three come with us.
You got it. Let's go get revenge for your fallen allied heroic spirits and finish these summoning circles in one fell swoop.
Hey, it's Macarius Daily. I can't even remember the last time I saw you guys. Well, that's a new voice. You two really love to travel, huh? How's that going? Are you expanding your horizons?
Yeah, you can say that.
It's good to see you again. We just got back from visiting the South District. Once we got our things all sorted out, we'll be heading out again. Soon to Ultratown this time.
Whoa, the South, huh? Hey, wasn't that where...
Oh yes, but fortunately we weren't affected by all that unpleasantness, thanks to Lord Zeus's protection.
Ah, I see. It's true. We really do have a lot to thank Lord Zeus for. Thanks to him, the ambrosia supply hasn't slowed down one bit, even with Lady Demir resting in the Great Shrine. It's just like how he provided it for us back during the Olympia Machia too. What we do without the omnipotent Lord Zeus, who took authority over the authority of every fallen god. We're so lucky to have him.
Yes, just alright.
By the way, I haven't seen those friends of yours before. Are they from the South too?
Nice to meet you. Hey there. Woof! Yes, they're distant relatives, actually. It's going to take some time for the South District to be restored, so we thought we'd take them to Ultratown in the meantime.
What a wonderful idea! There's certainly no shortage of large branch shrines to visit in Ultratown.
Exactly.
Well, I hope your tomorrow is just as peaceful as today. May Lord Zeus's protection be with you. Is this Yogi Bear? Am I doing Yogi Bear voice? Hey, boo boo.
Good, he's gone.
Man, you guys really do know a lot of people. Are you sure it's okay to be out here with us?
Don't worry about it. We can't just throw you into a deep end of an unfamiliar city. Sure, we could always give you a map, but that wouldn't be as nearly as efficient.
Right. We're bound to run into a lot of trouble on our way to the second one. So this will go much smoother if we show you the way ourselves. If I'm hearing Allie right, then what she's really saying is that there are going to be soldiers stationed near where we'll need to place the summoning circle. In which case, it would definitely be dangerous to try to navigate an unfamiliar city while checking a map, especially in the middle of a chaotic battle. Foe!
Okay, it's not much further now.
Yikes! There sure are a lot of people here, huh? I don't suppose we can take our plan elsewhere, can we?
Nope. Apparently it has to be these spots. Though we're not entirely sure why either. They said it's got something to do with the position of the stars and things like that.
So the summoning circles need to use such celestial bodies. That makes sense for constructing a spell like this. If the heroic spirit the spell summons is really capable of destroying gods, then who or what in the world is it going to be? Woof! Alright, let's get started. Is everyone ready? I'm all set.
Ready when you are.
Yes! Foe? Whoa! The middle of the street is glowing. This is definitely going to draw attention.
The spell's giving off magical energy. There's no way the gods aren't going to notice this. Get ready. Enemies will be here soon.
The roads and buildings are all putting up shutters. I'm picking up hostile enemies. Hair away, Master.
Ah, goddammit. Attention, citizens of Olympus. This is an emergency alert. The Chaldean demons have appeared in Statue Town. Ward 12, please evacuate the area in an orderly fashion. Initiating destructive countermeasures.
There they are. Guess we don't have to bother with these invisible disguises anymore. Right, displaying disguise mystic codes effects now. Sorry, big guy, but we got a job to do here, and we can't let you through until we finish what we came here to do. I'm pretty sure I've seen that shining giant red eye of yours before. You're one of those mirror machines that just come barreling after us instead of without a thought in his metal head. So I'll see your brute force and raise you my razor sharp blades, Canis. So it's killing time now? It is, isn't it, Samurai Chick? That's right. Well, not killing so much as smashing, but same idea.
Ha! Smashing machines, eh? That takes me back to the Luddite movement in the Industrial Revolution. However, while the Luddites were a thematic fit for us, as our enemies are machines, you should know that they ultimately failed, Miss Miyamoto.
Then we'll just have to make sure they succeed here in Olympus. Who cares about any of that crap? Let's just get started already. Activating Ortonax's emergency combat mode. Output remains stable. Athena Claironomia synchronization successful. I'm good to go, Master.
Let's race. Will Adelaide finish the circle first, or will we beat our enemies?
Ha! Like it'll be a contest. We're gonna freaking smash these things. You said it. Alright then. Let's do this.
Okay, so Lancers and Caster, so let's get Ivan back up to the front. Move Mash to the back. Black Grail. Drop Necromancy. Okay. Nope, Black Robe won't work. What am I thinking of? Arrow Drive, that's what I'm looking for. Do I have another Arrow Drive? I think I do. It might be my second Arrow Drive. Yeah, damn it. Holy Night Supper? Sure. Nope, that doesn't make sense. That has to be a Kaleido. Alright. Let's try two-turn this. Okay, yeah, just one battle. Cool. Okay, we have an Ivan card, so that's good. This is just Buster Gather Rate, right? So I don't need to use it now. Alright, keep that in the pocket. Turn on all his buffs. This one is decrease attack, so it doesn't really do anything for us. Buff Arjuna. Okay.
bust her down, and then Ivan.
そして英語 星の灯火が消え諸人は運命を裁かれるマハープララヤ帰る時場所に帰る
Good enough. Ah, so close. Now you use clairvoyance.
了解行きましょう終わるがいい狂い酒回り転ぶ何を望む虚無か平穏か
Man, it sucks that those things don't give machine cores, not like new material.
All hostile eliminated. Orthodox systems remain green. The battle's over. Nice job, everyone. That was easier than I thought. I'm glad we didn't have to deal with any locals getting mixed up in the fray. Now that you mention it, it does seem like the Olympians cleared out the area very quickly.
Hey, Hung? Oh, thanks for the follow. It's the middle of the night for me, but good morning to you, I suppose.
Maybe it's all thanks to their daily training? The gods must really have their people on a short leash. Oh. There, all done. Come on, let's hurry to the next one. Did it work? I thought Magecraft was supposed to be all this all flashy and shit. Huh? Why would we want to draw more attention? If anything, Blavatsky went out of her way to make the spell as innocuous as possible.
You can talk about all that stuff later, sister. Yeah, I did the Goo events last year. So, yeah, I actually really enjoyed the story for that one. That was really fun. You can talk about that stuff later, sister. Now come on! The official guards will be here any moment. So we're gonna have to make our way past them. Well, let's go, Mash.
Understood. Preparing to move to the next target.
And just Lancer. Yeah, the team setup should be fun. Is there there's a new Gouda event, isn't there? Or maybe not. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. Oops. Defense down. Alright. Let's see if we can one-turn this. Yeah, I haven't gotten far in the Goo event yet. Just because I've been busy, so I haven't gotten past like the first story node. That wasn't mandatory.
いい
So I gotta do that afterwards.
悪を裁かなければならない
I have one word for you, demons of Chaldea. Insolent miscreants who shun the gods' glorious lights. Die, 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 die. Die, become part of Olympus's underworld infrastructure. And maybe then you can start making amends to the gods.
Canis! Die this, die that. Is that all you can say, dumbass? I've got a better idea. You die.
Yeah. Curse you, Chaldea.
I'm sorry you had to die holding a grudge. Hopefully your soul will at least find respite in paradise. Oh right, Olympians come back to life in no time at all, don't they? Guess there's no point in praying for their salvation then. All compassion one moment, and then the next she's, what's with this chick? Some kind of samurai thing? Wait, the hell am I admiring her for? Come on, you freaking nutjob dual wielder. We gotta do this while my authority is still working. I can stop their instant healing bullshit, but I can't stop it forever. I can't put my finger on it, but it's definitely a little easier to fight here now than it was before. The Claroromia power-up is definitely part of it, and Canis has been a big help too. But it feels like there's more to it than that alone. What could it be? Well, anyway, these Olympian soldiers really do put up a hell of a fight, don't they? And there's no end to them with all this healing stuff, so guess that goes to show that we've got to go after the big guys, or gods. Right. Remember, we're not here to fight off soldiers. Now come on, hurry. We're almost to the next spot, and there's no shortage of soldiers in Statue Town. It won't be long before reinforcements show up. Macarios, we need a distraction. Got it. Heads up. I'm gonna cast a smoke screen spell. It's not poisonous, but you'll still choke if you breathe in too much. So be careful. So this is what you guys used the first time we met. The Alliance developed a spell for emergencies. It can disrupt magical energy detection for a short time. This way, everyone. We're almost to the second spot.
Whew, and I think I'm gonna call it a day there because, well, I'm trying to sleep earlier now because I'm getting old. So, we made some decent progress in the, super story-heavy section. So, thank you everyone who joined me today, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!